Welcome to Making a Difference here at the Daily News Network. I'm Jack Sears, your host. When we get together, we're talking with individuals and organizations who are making impact among our community in various ways. And this morning, we're making a difference with Jennifer Jenkins of the Wounded Warrior Project. Welcome to the show, Jennifer.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
You know, Wounded Warrior Project, that's got brand recognition. But for those that may be living in a hole and don't know about it, tell us, what is the Wounded Warrior Project?
Well, Wounded Warrior Project is 20 years old. I can't even believe it's been 20 years. And they serve post 9/11 veterans, and our mission is to honor and empower post 9/11 veterans, whether they're wounded, ill, or injured. We have programs and services in-house, and we also work with a whole bunch of other folks to help provide the best care that we can for warriors across the country.
Right. So, and it's namely warriors who have come back with some type of injury or disability that you're working with. Is that correct?
Yes, and also their families.
I was going to say, yeah. There's got to be a network behind the warrior that needs your services too.
100%, and especially for our warriors who have the invisible wounds of war. A lot of times we don't talk about those, but they're just as important to provide care and support for.
Right. So, what inspired you to get into this work to make a difference?
Gosh, I've had a long journey to get here.
Okay.
My brother James served in the Army, and he was wounded in combat in Mosul, Iraq. And afterwards, I became his caregiver. In the beginning, I didn't really understand what that was, but it's really been complicated to try to swim through all the red tape that there is with someone who has a disability and who's being retired from the Army because of it, and then entering the VA world, and it was overwhelming for me, on top of caring for my brother.
Right. So, has Wounded Warrior Project helped you in that regard?
They did.
Yeah.
They meet a lot of our service members bedside.
Okay.
With a backpack and a promise that they'll be there for them. And my brother got one of those backpacks. And it wasn't until we needed help that we realized how much Wounded Warrior Project really is doing for warriors. I thought for a long time that I could take care of my brother all by myself, which looking back was really crazy.
Right. So, how's your brother doing?
He's doing really well. We struggled for a number of years, to be very honest with you.
Sure.
And after we started engaging with Wounded Warrior Project, they enrolled him in one of their programs called the Independence Program.
Okay.
And it's allowed my brother to set his own goals, to live on his own, and to have support when he needs it for everyday life, for setting a new goal and reaching it. And it's changed both our lives because it's allowed me to get back to my career and myself.
Right. If there was a family who were needing the services of the Wounded Warrior Project, what advice would you give to them as they're contemplating dealing with their loved one or their family member?
So the biggest piece of advice I have is to call, get registered, just talk to Wounded Warrior Project and find out what there is available. Even if you don't need it right now,
sure,
you might need it someday. You might encounter another veteran or their family that needs support.
Right.
The Wounded Warrior Project logo is like one soldier carrying another. You might be the soldier on the bottom right now, carrying other people. It's not always just about needing help. It's about understanding what help there is so that you can make a difference for others.
That's great. Making a difference for others. Wonderful. So, if there's a family member out there, if there's a warrior out there who needs your services, would like to visit or talk with somebody at the Wounded, how would they connect with the Wounded Warrior Project?
So they should visit the website. That's the easiest place to get all the information and get started, woundedwarriorproject.org.
Okay.
You can read stories about families like mine and other warriors and learn about our programs, but also you can start your registration, which is free. It's always been free. And I love that too.
Well, good. Well, listen, thank you for your family's service to our country. And we're glad that through the Wounded Warrior Project, you're making a difference in our country and that your brother is getting better. So Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. That's it, folks. That's the time we have today for Making a Difference Here. If you'd like to learn more about the Wounded Warrior Project, hear Jennifer's story, and a lot of other things, be sure to visit this interview at thedailynewsnetwork.com. Until we get together next time, continue to keep making a difference. Stay healthy, stay well, stay safe, and be sure to treat others the way you'd like to be treated.